been a minute, I know that much. Come on. What the... Okay, be like that then. Right, so we got that sorted. The U-turn on. Ha! Yes, the U-turn on. That's good news. We have to do a bit of jiggery poke with the other one. Yeah, I'm sweating. I am. My top lip leaks. I'm gonna have to do it this way, I'm afraid, because this particular monopod or selfie stick has got like a locating ridge all along it, so it doesn't swizzle around, which is a good thing. I mean, you know, I don't know how long this is going to last for, mind you, but we'll give it a go. But why aren't you turning on now? That's what I want to know. What's going on with you? That's plugged in. It's turned on. So what's going on here then? What do we want? It's alright, the front camera's been a bit of a git. I don't know why. So, pull the battery, push it back in again. Plug it in again, and hopefully we should have a bit of power. Thank fuck for that. I know it's been a while, but good grief. Oh, music to my fucking ears. So we are charging up, so that's a good thing. And the counter's counting. Hello. Oh dear, hasn't it been a beat? I bet I could do that again. Right then, which way are you? Let's have a look. That's the right way up, so we'll do that. Fully charged, everything's rocking and rolling, ready to go. Stick you there for a moment. So if that one's that way, this one should be this way. Okay. Yeah. Ticking away merrily, clunkety clunk. I don't know how long, what for, when, where, all the rest of that shit that goes with it, because don't forget, I've not done this for a while. And these things haven't been charged up for fuck knows how long. Either way, we will do our best. We will do our best, and hopefully things will work out relatively okay. That's all we can ask for, isn't it, really? Well, which way are you going to go? That's that side, eh? That won't be that side. So if we put you there like that, and swing you around. Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. Don't forget, I'm a bit out of touch with this shit, so I may either overshoot it or undershoot it. Either way, you never know. Actually, I might alter the other one. So if we that's right the way around that, isn't it? Good grief. The only drawback is is remembering to take the cameras off afterwards. Because you know how fucking docile I can be sometimes, so I'll tell you what. I just want to just lower that down a bit. I think that'll do it, to be honest with you. Yeah. Oh well. It's time to evacuate this fucking maze. Come on then. Being as though this is the first one in months, if not longer. Oh, so we're still cracking on with that. This is how determined I was, because I got my Duracell charged up last night, all 4 of them, just for spares, and I've left them at home. So I bought me some new batteries because I was determined to do a drive along today, because that's just the kind of guy I am. Right. My lip is leaking like a fucking geyser. Do you know what? Let's take these off. I don't need this on. We don't want that. I want that though. Yes, I need this. It's just let's find out where we're going. I'll tell you what, this place where I'm at, oh, it's like a fucking maze. Here we go. Nice and steady. Without knocking some drivers' mirrors off. I think, yes, straight in front of me. I'll stick the blinkers on, just as a precaution, as you do. I've been round this complex 4 times already, because I came here to deliver some returns, and then they says, oh, you're loading it there as well. Oh, okay then. So I've been here since 9 o'clock. It is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'd forgot my charging cable for my tablet and my iPhone, so they're going to be going, well, the iPhone, my iPad, should I say, that's fucked, that's flat, that's gone. Well, that went dead just as the guy goes, alright, drive, you're done. I'm like, fucking hell, what timing is that? You know what I mean? So I was quite lucky with that one. But, I've got to go and grab the paperwork, so. Oh shit, where is the paperwork? No, I've got the paperwork. It's alright. See, I'm just. My brain has just gone fucking cocker of late. Honestly, I feel like I've lost the plot. I ain't myself. I really ain't. It's these frigging, you know, alien devices that are out there. They're fucking messing with my head. Every time I hear these high-pitched whistles, and I'm thinking, you can fuck off trying to reprogram me, you bastard. You know what I mean? It's just, honestly, nah, having that shit. So hopefully, once we get out of here, we can have ourselves a nice little jolly back to the yard. So it'll be a little bit of a drive, not much. That'll do. Right, I've got myself my gate pass. think I've got a scribble on it as well, I think. Goods in, time and sign. Time is now 1400, side. Alright, cheers buddy. Right. Let's get on our way. Fucking seatbelt. Shocking. Forward march. Right then. I suppose going the way we came would be a good start, wouldn't you? What do you think? Ugh. I am, honestly, I'm fucking baking. I'm sweating my cobblers off. It's so bloody warm. Can't complain though, can you really? I mean, you've got to have a nice day. Nice day to do a drive along. Yes, our drive along fans, welcome everybody. I hope you're you know, sitting back, relaxing, got yourself a beer if you're old enough, or you know, maybe you have a juice box or something like that, who knows. Well, if your parents aren't in, who gives a shit? I'm not encouraging that. Oh dear. No. Right then, should we get on with it? How do you do? Hello. Yeah, do you know, I feel really good today. I think it's because I really have missed these drive-alongs. I think that's what it is. And the fact that I've got the opportunity, because I'm not fucking driving backwards and forwards from Cannock to Lichfield, Oh man, I want to quit driving because of that shit. I tell you, it's fucking boring the piss out of me. It really is. But at least with this little adventure, it ain't far, like I say, it's only just over an hour, I think, it's up the road. Well, we've got to go back down the road, but it's up the road from where we are now, so yeah, you know what I mean. So of course, I thought, what was it? I was given a job yesterday, right? I was given the job yesterday, Nantwich. Just in case you're wondering, we're actually in Nantwich at this moment, right? That's where we are. And when I was given that job, and then I was told I was going to go from there to Liverpool, I thought, great. And I'm thinking to myself in the back of my head, I've got to do it, ain't I? I've got to do it. Do what? Charge the cameras up. You really want to do that? Yeah. So that's what we're going through my mind. You know, that's how the conversation went in my head. It lasted all of a nanosecond, mind you. So obviously the cameras went on charge and all the rest of it, and that horrible knocking you can hear, if you can, is the bottom of the door. It's doing this, right? Because obviously I'm driving a fish. I mean a bag of shit. But anyway, it might calm down once we get on the motorway, because yes, unfortunately there'll be about fucking 30 miles of motorway. But you'll see the roadworks, the progress between junctions 16 and 13, I think it is. Yeah. You'll see that, so that'll be something. I don't know whether that's going to be interesting or not. I mean, I suppose it can be an arc on, if you know what I mean, of the day that the M6 was altered between there and then, and whatever. I mean, it's still got until it says completion March 2020. Where's the 19 come from? 19th or something? No, that's right. Anyway, March summit 2022. And I was doing this with my fingers because I'm shit. And I thought, fuck, we've still got two years and 3 months left. Fuck. 2 years and 3 fucking months. And I thought to myself, well, I wonder if I can win the lottery between there now and then before that. Oh, fuck knows. Probably not. Probably not. Ugh. Good grief. I'm warm. Let's just have a bit of Just a bit of air, just a little bit. I'm sure. Oh, that was weird. Oh, hang on. The speed has changed. Full speed ahead. Sort of. Oh man, my eye's twitching. Oh man, that's really annoying. Anyway, here's me fucking driving down this lovely road here, and all this scenery you get to see, and it's like, you know, I'm not saying anything about it. I'm not giving you the rundown of the countryside that we finally get to see. So they're the same boring bag of shit roads we normally do. Now that looks like a great car scrapyard, that does. That's the type of scrapyard that I would have, all the vehicles on racking. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? Come on, I mean, if you're a tinkerer like I am, you like fiddling and messing and poking and prodding shit, then I mean, at the end of the day, you know, that's like a fucking being a kid in a candy store, that isn't it? You know, it's like, ooh, look at that, love it. So, this is a road that I haven't been down. I believe it or not, at least I don't think. Well, hang on, let me just recap, because I have been down the section which is just here, but I think I came from the opposite direction. I haven't gone down this particular road, it's straight on. I've come from that direction. So yeah, and at the moment we're going down here. So I've come from there and gone that way. You know what I mean? I have done that bit. Nice bike. It's all right actually down there. When I was doing a bit of metal detecting by the looks of it. And I was following this road down. I'm thinking any minute now I'm going to come across either a farty little village I've got to squeak through, or there'll be a bridge that I can't get round. You know what I mean? But luckily there wasn't. It was just that was it. Done. Because you know when you go down these country lanes and you've never been there before, and you're taking your sat nav as a guide, obviously, but you're aware that you're getting close to your destination, and you're thinking, where could it be? I see the flag on there, but nothing in front of me is saying, oh, by the way, this is where we are. You know what I mean? Gets a little bit daunting after that, but anyhow. 40 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour, we're all going 40 miles an hour. That is the bunk bed up there, the ladders that are magnetically attached to it. It goes clunkety clunk, clunkety clunk. And that's the door. See, I've got a lot of rattles and knocks and bangs in this fucking thing. You would have thought that they'd invent material that doesn't squeak, rattle, bang, clunk and tap. Lasts all of about fucking 1 week, and after that, that's it, you're fucked. All the squeaks and the knocks and the cracks and the cleaks and the creaks and the burps and the burp and the all that just appears. Oh, hang on, slowing down again now. We're down to 30 miles an hour. Look at this. It's nice. Some of these places you go to, you don't expect it, but you know, it's like, pleasant. Very nice indeed. She's got the red. I'm back. Well, where are we going now? Over there. Oh, why on earth would somebody do that? I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. This, I think, is the A51 and then eventually it will become the A500, which will be a dual carriageway, and then it'll become something else, I think, single carriageway. Then it becomes the M6, I think. I really do. Now, what have I been doing of late? Let's see. Working in the yard. That's been interesting, because I've ended up having to. Yeah, I think I've got to go down there. So not this one, not that one. Put that one round there. Yeah, working in the yard has been the object of my fascination of lately, because we had a spate of obviously loads being shot by new drivers. Now, I would say, I seem to be saying now quite a lot, that a bit of two things, right? When we take them out, we do show them, if we get the opportunity, how to strap certain loads, right? And then we also emphasise that realistically, use a bit of common sense anyway with whatever you pick up. If you think it needs strapping, it more than likely does. If you don't think it needs strapping, strap the fucking thing anyway! But beside the point, because I am also a forklift truck driver, and I'm quite adept at it, or whatever the word, inept is it? Quite inept. Is that the word? Sounds about right. Probably not. I'm very good at it. Oh dear. I don't know where these words keep fucking popping out of my head from. I have no idea. I end up getting the task of restacking and reloading these vehicles, like, you know what I mean, and rectifying the loads and all that sort of shit. So that's what I tend to do. Which, to be honest with you, because of me going backwards and forwards, I am quite happy with that, to be fair. I forgot about it. Where that come down from, I don't know. Yeah, so because of the fact that it was driving me up the fucking wall, having to keep going, bit of a hole there, keep going backwards and forwards to the same place all the time, it is just soul destroying, to be honest with you. And the fact that I'm up against the same stupid shit every day, it's annoying. There's no need for it, but unfortunately I was having to suffer it. Okay then. We're all going that way, are we? No. That sun is bright. So you can imagine, right, every day, same stretch of road, with the same moronic idiots doing the same stupid shit every day, it tends to wear you thin. You try to sort of, like, you know, jig it up a bit by going in a different direction, but again, there's only so many places you can go in the straight fucking line. So yeah, that's what I was doing. I'd cut out the main part that was really driving me up the wall, which is the Chase Terrace traffic lights, to alleviate all the issues that light system has created. And that system was always a shitbag anyway, regardless of the revamp. The road after it, which leads down to the island, which then converts into a bottleneck, there is enough room to make that one lane into two, right? And the most common sense thing that you would think would happen to alleviate the traffic and stop it from bottlenecking, so that you don't get those fucking oxygen wasting fuckwits racing down the outside and barging in front of you as if they have the fucking right of way of every situation in front of them, causing all sorts of problems, throwing the V's up at you, calling you a wanker when you won't let them in, when if they fucking read the fucking highway code, those arrows are pointing to whichever direction that your road now is fucking ending. Does not give you right of way unless it actually states merge in turn, which there will be big signs that says merge in turn. It means your lane is now closing. If you've gone over those arrows, then you've gone too fucking far. You should be moving over. But to move over, you need to give way to the traffic that is at the side of you, whichever side, left or fucking right. Arrows are pointing to the left, you give way to the left. Arrows are pointing to the right, you give way to the right. Unless somebody's kind enough to flash you in and say, "Go on in, dude, have a good one." But being a bully and forcing your way through and then calling the person who realistically didn't want to let you in because you're being a complete arsebag, an arsehole, and being angry at him when you're the one who's at fault, then that's what I was dealing with, and it was very stressful. And it's not fair. It don't need to be like that, does it really? No. And we're off. Oop. It's a big dump truck. Swing around him. There's a possibility that he might be bloody quicker than me, so I might leave it for a second. He's certainly all in ass anyway. See, I've got a bit of weight, but not. I wouldn't say I've got that much on. But yeah, he's pulling well. He is. Leave him and carry on then. Why not? Have you broke it, mate? We've had some interesting incidences at our place. Yeah, I really don't know how these things happen, but they do. Well, that's cool. Very nice indeed, isn't it? We've had wheels falling off our trucks. Somebody may not like me talking about that, but I don't understand how that is possible. I really don't. I mean, the servicing on our vehicles are supposed to be really, really good, as far as I know. But then again, and I might get shot for this, had a bit of an issue with my truck. It's been resolved now, mind you. Thankfully through the vigilance of an individual who works for us, who isn't part of the, what would you call it, maintenance side. Yeah. Anyway, I picked up my truck because it had a new radiator fitted because it had sprung a leak again. The truck that I drive, which is DYD, has been in and out. Shut up, you fucking noisy bastard! It's been in and out of garages being fixed through umpteen dozen water leaks, from top hoses blowing, cracked head, tyres slipping, I'll tell you what, all sorts, which is really, really weird. I mean, the amount of shit that's happened to that darn thing is untrue. And I mean, even the gearbox packed up on the bloody thing as well at one point. I'm like, you just can't win. After all that time and effort I spent on it, you know, making sure it's nice and tight. I know why. I do know why it's playing up and being an absolute git. It's because I wasn't driving it. I think it got pissed off of the other monkeys who were abusing it and thought, fuck yeah. Because I don't abuse it, you know, I'd take my time. I was looking after the thing, I was keeping it tidy, it smelled fresh, looked nice and all the rest of it. But now as soon as I got took off the damn thing, shoved into the security hut, and then obviously I was on it for a while, then I had to bring it back up to scratch again, and but it just don't like it. It wasn't having any of it. It felt neglected. I don't blame it. I really don't. Anywho, it's all back. It's all good. The issue that was with it that should have been spotted on the service that it had not fucking 2 days before, which was a bit of a crucial thing, to be honest with you, has been resolved as well. So that's all said and done. We're happy and everything's great. Not a problem. Not an issue. Perfect. I haven't cleaned it yet. I have wiped down a few things, but I haven't really gone through it like I ought to do, because I'm not sure whether I'm going to end up with it regular enough. I mean, I'm driving this one at the moment. This is one of the red CF DAFs XF 13 plate with 1,057,367 kilometres on the clock. So it's been around a bit, and you'd have thought that, you know, after a certain amount of time you'd say, oh no, enough's enough, it's time to get rid of it. But no, nope. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, when you if a truck hits 1 million, it should be binned off, whether that be 1 million kilometres or even 1 million miles. If it's 1 million miles, which should be around about what, 1.6 million, something like that. 1 million miles, fair enough. But once it reaches that milestone, which I know we have had in the past, some of the trucks that have reached that far, CF DAFs that we got have anyway, there's somewhere like 1.5 and 1.7, I think we got one of them. Either way, it's just like, why? I mean, why on earth would you? Well, I suppose if it's still working and still earning money, I suppose that's the only reason you can think of, but good grief. Hey, guess what? We're almost at the motorway. Yeah. Well, not too many traffic violations, I don't think. Probably cameras are still on, sort of. Yeah, it's still there. That's nice to know. Yeah. Right. How fella. I got off at this junction this morning and I was turning and left to go back up there where we just come down. It was just chocker. But when I finally got on that road and then drove, like, trickled up it, there was no real reason as to it to be all fucking snarled up. I was expecting to be roadworks up there, but there wasn't. It's a pain in the arse. And away we go. timing is that? Nice. Also, I've fitted my nephew's car radio in my dad's truck that he bought off my dad, which caused an issue with his lights. He'd lost his dash lights and he lost his left-hand side lights. And we tried to figure it out to start with, because we brought it down to my house the following week, and in the back of my mind I'm thinking, it's got to be that lead. I don't know why it's that lead, but it's got to be that lead. There was because before I plugged everything in or used whatever I use, I always test it first to find the circuit. And with it being a vehicle, it's 12 volt DC. So I'm testing the cables. I've got the live wire, and I got my thing on it, and I'll touch it on the earth, and sure enough, the polarity's right. It hasn't got a negative value. It was 11.79 because obviously the batteries are not quite 12 volt, but I don't know why. Anyway, doesn't interfere with it, still starts the engine, not a problem. Once the engine starts, it jumps up to about 14 point something, which is good. Anywho, so then I checked this other wire, and sure enough, because I'd got two earths coming out of the radio, there was two earths in the loom. I thought, this is fucking cool, this is going to look real smart when this is done. So then obviously I'll test this other cable that's free and dangling. I thought, you know what, that looks like it could be. So if it's going to be a negative, it will come across with like a different value. It won't give me the voltage I'm after, as I thought. And sure enough, it gave me the 11 point something. The engine was running 14 off. That's perfect. That's how it should be. So we'll have those two as the earth, the rest of the lives, blah blah blah. Speaker wise done, got them all crimped up. In we go, on it goes, perfect. But because it was daylight, we never bothered about the lights. We haven't no clue about these lights. What the fuck's going on with it? No idea. For some unknown reason, we never noticed until the night time came. He went to use it, and he got no dashboard lights and no side on the one side. And he was on his way down to paint, which is the worst. And I thought, oh fucking hell! So then obviously he come back, and he brought it down to mine, and had a bit of a nose round. And again, I said to him, I said, you know what? We can check this. I've checked it before. We can check this again. I've checked that before. We can take the lights out of the rear door, the hatch, to check the cat, but I don't think it's going to be that. We'll check this, but I know what it's going to be. And he's like, what is it? I says, it's the radio. I said, I don't know why it's the radio, but I know it's the radio, because that's the only thing that we have installed, even though it's got nothing to do with the headlights, side lights, or anything else like that. I still think it's that. And I think I know what it is. And sure enough, we flipped it out. I pulled off the lead that I assumed in the back of my mind for some reason. I just instinctively knew it was that one, not the other one. So there was two, don't forget. But I just knew it was that one, and I went, pfft. And I says, try your lights now. Fuse went in, didn't go bang. Turns the lights on and bing, 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 and he got all of his side lights back on again. And when he went off down the road as well, I think he went out somewhere with it, his dashboard all lit up. And I'm thinking, well, how the fuck? Honestly, I just don't know. I have no idea. So I had a word with my dad, because my dad's a electrician, technician. I asked him the question. I said, look, I did check it. I put my tester across it. He gave me the value I wanted. Surely if it was two lives, it would have given me nothing. Or maybe a you know, a residual bit of, you know, voltage, maybe like a couple of volts, like, you know, I mean, of some, but it wouldn't have given me a full chat of what the car is pushing out. At least I would have thought not. And you see, well, it depends on where it's going. You see, if it's going through a system, it could actually give you a false reading. And I went, oh, well, there we are then. It gave me a false bloody reading. But we sorted it, got it done, and he was happy as Larry. And then 2 weeks later, he sold the fucking thing, and he took the radio back out. And I'm like, what the fuck? So then I ended up having to put the radio in my sister's car, which I did that Saturday. That was straightforward. It's a Ford. All I did is went off to Alfred's and got one of those adapters for the loom at the back of the radio and the loom in the actual car itself. Plug it in. Job's going to just fed the cable through for the microphone, and that was it. Then done. So end of. That was a piece of piss. Just time consuming, because I was fiddling about trying to get the cable through for the mic, because that was all I needed. That was a bit of a pig. And then I had to go get the aerial adapter for the radio. Fortunately, when I found Aaron, he was on his way back from Cheshire Oaks anyway, so he was, I think he was at Gailey at the time. He says, I've got to pop into Alfred's anyway, so I'll go and get one. I went, cool. So I sent him a picture of what I needed, and about half an hour later he turns up with it and clips that in, puts that in, pushes the radio in, jobs are good, and away we are. That was it. It's a piece of piss. There's nothing difficult about that. Absolutely easy peasy. You know, it's the sort of thing where you wish all of them would be that easy. But, yeah. But sticking that radio in my sister's car, I'm thinking about upgrading mine, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna have to wait, because November 28th from 11 till 6 I will be down painting, and I will be down painting having another tattoo. Yes, I do like my tattoos. My tattoos are cool. I've got no choice but to hang on here, because Mr. Foreigner can't really do any judgment. He just barges his way out. That's it. You just do that, dude. I don't care. No, well, never mind. For me, if I'm coming out of a junction or a slip road or like that, I'm always obviously gauged. They have a bit more. It's a bit difficult for them, because obviously they're looking at the mirror, which is the equivalent of me looking at that mirror. So you don't get a lot to see. But I would then use the hard shoulder, if it's available, to make sure I'm free and clear. Just use the hard shoulder. It's as if, to some people, when that slip rail and that line for the hard shoulder is created, it must act as some sort of force field, I think. That's all I can say. It must be. And they just can't cross it. I mean, I've seen car drivers go and they're literally fucking right up the fucking apex, that where it meets. So I'm like, why? You've just stopped and you're now at a standstill, and you're going to try and enter the traffic from a standstill. You can drive over that line and use the fucking hard shoulder if you've misjudged it as a continuance. Right? Just keep your indicator on and go for it. Just fucking floor it down the hard shoulder. You aren't going to get into trouble. It will help you. But if you actually planned the gaps better and turned your fucking head and looked out your window, car drivers I'm talking to, that is, you know, and that, then you would find that you'd have a lot better escape from the slip road. Better judgment, be able to gauge it better. Easy that way, isn't it? At least you'd have thought so. I mean, here we are now. We're going to enter this roadworks system here, right? The roadworks, they're not a problem. The roadworks are fine, right? If people would stick to the rules that are of the roadworks, we'd have no issues. No congestion, the traffic would still flow. But what you tend to get is you'll have lane one, not so much of a problem. If you want a driver that decides to be a pain in the arse and sit there at 40 miles an hour, okay, fair enough, not a problem. Brilliant. Sit there. I mean, I'm doing 45 because the rest of the vehicles in front are doing about the same, and yet in front of them it's a clear road. To make the traffic flow faster, if they went and sat at the 50 mile an hour limit that it is a limit by the way, then we would move a bit quicker. Alright, whatever, so be it. But when there's a driver that's sat in the middle lane doing 40 miles an hour, which, trust me, that happens, and I've got to get out of this fucking side road because this is so uncomfortable, it's driving at the wall. Oh, man. Anywho, so if they're doing 40 miles an hour in the middle lane, well, that's a pain in the arse, really, isn't it, when you think about it? Because you're blocking people's way. There's no need for it. If you're going to go that slow, stick yourself in number one. I don't care too much for the overtaking side of things. I think this day and age, realistically, the antiquated term of undertaking should be, well, let's say forgotten, left in the 90s, really. That should have been, but hey ho. But especially with this new smart motorway system coming in, I don't really think undertaking is a thing anymore. It shouldn't be, I know that much. I mean, I think even today it's still a rule that if you're caught doing it, you can get a slap on the wrist. But I think that most these days don't really give a shit about it anymore, because it is pointless. It's a pointless activity. It's also a reason why a lot of the motorways do get clogged up, because of the antiquated rule of overtaking on the right only. And yes, it is antiquated. Obviously, lane 3 or lane 4, if it's a bit of a busy day, can get snagged all the way up, and then the congestion starts. Fine. I've said this before. If each lane, regarding regarding fucking any motorway really, 3 lanes, 4 lanes, 5, don't really matter. If each lane was independent, it wouldn't matter what speed you did on them. Wouldn't make any difference. Some dick wanted to do 40 mile an hour in the middle lane, who cares? You've got lane 1 to play with. If lane 1's clear, just keep on trucking, like, you know what I mean? Carry on with it. They ought to be taught to use both mirrors. We have to. You know what I mean? Gone are the days where there was only one mirror on a car. I mean, originally there weren't no mirrors at all. You know what I mean? Then there was a rear view mirror, you've got side mirror. Now you've got 2 side mirrors. Some vehicles have got cameras fitted in the back of the vehicle now and now, so they can see behind them when they're going backwards. Some vehicles are that smart, they actually reverse and park themselves, you know what I mean? It's as if the road rules haven't really caught up with that yet, though, have they? Still a bit behind it, really. I think the speed limit as well needs to be adjusted. A lot of people will be sort of like, no, I don't know about that, but I don't know. I think, I know there was talk many years ago to up the speed limit. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they would mention something crazy like 100 miles an hour on the old motorway, but I think they thought better. I mean, but I reckon at least step it up another 10. I mean, most vehicles these days, well, motorway users will be doing 80 miles an hour anyway, or 90. Thing is, I mean, I really don't see a problem with it myself. If they're going to be stupid, the only problem you are going to get is the fallout from it. If, for argument's sake, there is an accident at those kind of speeds, most of the time that's going to end in fatalities, and who's going to get caught in the crossfire? Some innocent person, maybe, more than likely. But that's happening anyway. If you think about it, that's already happening. At the 70 miles an hour that we're doing already, it's already happening. So fuck it, just send the speed limit up, 100 mile an hour, perfect. I reckon that these things ought to be upped as well. Should we say, I don't know, 70 mile an hour? Oh, fucking, oh my lord, it'd be like a fucking, oh, that would be a land missile, that wouldn't it? Fucking hell. Dear, dear. Now I think 60 mile an hour would be plenty. Yeah. Cars can zip off. I mean, I don't care if bikes, cars, whatever, vans. But yeah, HGVs, I think 60 mile an hour is enough. That's then down to the company, then, ain't it? You know, I mean, the company, the ones who've got to allow that to happen. What would the fuel cost be? I don't know. What would the time cost be? Would there be like some sort of balance where, because you're getting to places quicker, you might be able to do more, maybe? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I was we're not going to do it anymore, we're fucking doing it already. Yeah, but you're doing more slowly, if you think about it. How many of you out there have finally completed your CPC course? Oh dear, we've still got drivers that have got 3 and 4 to do yet. I don't know what the fuck they're playing at. But they're getting through them. I've done mine, mine's complete. I've finished, done, kaput, end of. Ready for the next one. Whenever they decide to start it. Which it still has not proven to be useful. It really hasn't. Because even this second time round, yes, we did a different module, but it was only 2 different modules we did, and we repeated the 3 times. So I done. What was it I did? No, hang on. I did the cycles again. That was the first of the second start. So I did the cycles again, but they updated it. Fucking useless bag of shit that is. Then I did a low city. Then there was this other one dealing with something else. I don't know. I can't. That same fucking what an impact that made. I can't even remember what it fucking was. But then we did the low city thing. I mean, this one about the I think if you've ever seen it, dealing with stolen loads, or you know, keeping your eyes peeled for terrorists and all that sort of rubbish. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, repeat. And I just don't get it. So when you see the same thing over and over again and there's no variance, where's the benefit? I mean, I don't see it. I don't see the point. I really don't see the point at all. I mean, maybe you might find the point, but I can't. I really don't see the point at all. It needs to be fucked off and just go back to the way things were originally. We don't need CPCs. It's just a waste of fucking time and effort. It certainly doesn't give me any qualifications. It doesn't increase my pay. It doesn't allow me to do anything different than what I'm already doing, so I don't see the point. But unfortunately, because the powers that be say it's got to be done, if you haven't got one, you can't drive. Really? So if I'm carrying this pointless piece of fucking plastic in my wallet and it's up to date, I'm fine. Yeah, even though it's irrelevant to what I actually do. Yeah? Oh, okay then, fine, fair enough then. If that's the way you want to play it. Is there any grievances that you've got? If so, send me a line. P.O. Box, blah blah. Oh dear. I love having a whinge. I ain't whinged for ages. Oh, and also another thing as well. If I go off on a tangent, right, of something weird and wonderful, just go with it. Because remember, everything that I say is bollocks. Right? I'm always talking bollocks. I just fill the dead air, you know, just waffle on at you and just talk about all sorts of weird and wonderful crap. That's all I'm doing. I like to talk about weird and wonderful crap because weird and wonderful crap is interesting sometimes. Always boring, but in that regard, just take it out, just enjoy the drive. That's what you got to do. Enjoy the drive. So, now we've done that, what else can we talk about? What else am I on the old shit lit for? I have finally calmed down on spending money on watches, which is a good thing because I was fucking broke. I have replaced a few, you know, straps and what have you, and I'll keep an eye on them and make sure they're okay, but I have calmed down because I need to save me money for my tattoo, which is going to be done. But it was getting a bit much. It really was. Off with the old car boots though. I went to the car boot a couple of times and got myself some bits and bobs for me old computer. I got a hard drive, 500 gig, spare one. The one I've got, which runs the Windows XP. Windows XP, yeah, and it's up and running. Oh, it works well. Yeah, well, my 160 giggy's got that on it, right? So then I went and got myself a second-hand hard drive from off the car boot. I really, really do wish people would fucking wipe their drives. If they're going to sell them on, wipe them. Yeah. Some of the stuff that you find on these hard drives, I'm telling you now, I just find it fascinating because it's just, yeah, unreal. From music libraries to videos, not that there was many of them, photographs, family photographs, which, I mean, the hard drive that I'd got, which I bought off the car boot, I would say it must have been in a computer that was used by multiple people because it had multiple systems on it. How can I put it? You know when you have Windows, you can have different users. It had that on it. It had multiple users on it. That didn't make any difference. I still got through all that shit anyway. That was easy. There's nothing difficult about that at all. Even when it says, you don't have permission to access that file. Yeah, and but if you click this button, you will have. But it'll take a minute. Okay. Click. And sit there looking at it for a minute or two, and then all of a sudden, ping! That user's information opens up. No protection whatsoever. You know what I mean? So it's all there. From e-books to porn. Yeah, that was fun. I think it must be an old person who, I mean, it's just... Oh. Anyway, once I'd gone through all that, I thought, well, that's irrelevant, don't need that. Oh, I might keep that though. Season 1 and 2, I don't know where the fuck they got them from, but season 1 of 2 of Monkey Magic. I thought, well, I might as well keep that. That's all I'll be with. Monkey Magic. Come on, if you're a kid of the fucking 70s, you'll remember that shit. Anyway. Yeah. And then that was it then. It was just a matter of formatting it after removing the fucking partitions that was in the bloody thing. Which was a bit of a cow because for some unknown reason, was it back to front? I think it was back to front. Got the systems. There was a system partition, obviously, because it had come from a computer. I had to kill that off by merging it into another one, then resetting, and then merging the whole thing together, resetting, and then once it was formatted as one big block, it was back to its usual normal blank hard drive sort of. We all know that no matter what you do to a hard drive, if you wipe it or it still can get retrieved depending. If you format it like I did about fucking a gazillion times, then maybe you might be lucky, but I use it now as there's storage on my computer now, my old one, on my XP one. I ordered a one of the hard drive carriages that clips inside the Dell box I've got, because it's a Dell machine, and I bought some extra RAM for it. I could only upgrade it to a point about, I think it's on, it says the RAM it says on the BIOS was 4 gig, but on the system it only reads as 3, which is weird. Don't know that one. Never mind. I also bought a Dell keyboard as well from off the car boot. That cost me all of £2. Granted, it didn't work, but now as soon as I unscrewed the back of it, popped that off, cleaned the weird laminated push buttony thingies. That was a strange setup, that was. It's like you got the rubber layer, the rubber layer that sits across these three. It's a 3 filmed, I suppose you can call them contact switches for all the buttons and all the keys and what have you. Peeled them all apart, wiped them all down, reassembled it, put the pad back in place, clipped the back on again, screwed it all in. I'm not kidding you, the thing lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. Brilliant. All it needed a bit of TLC. I didn't really do anything. All I did was wipe the thing down. But I separated the layers because there's 3 layers in it, which is rather strange. But well, that's much the way it works. I don't know. But separate the layers, wipe them down, dry them off, and then put it all back together again. Even the buttons are nice, instead of being really like stiff and weird. It felt like when I first, because there was the centre of the keyboard, it felt like when you push down, it was as if there was something stopping it from having that keyboardy contact feel, you know, whatever. And but yeah, it's perfectly fine now, not a bother. I'm gonna have to change my mouse though, because the one I'm using at the moment, I don't know what's wrong with that fucking thing. I have had it apart before now, but the wheel, when you scroll down, it's not only when you scroll down, it'll go down but shoots back up again. It's forever doing this shit. It fucking does my head. Been doing it ever since I had it, because I bought it off eBay. But yeah, it's one of those what do you call it? Oh, Razer. It's a Razer Death Adder. 3.5G. Yeah, I might just change it for a normal optical one. Fuck it. I have got several of those. Just got to pick the best of the several. Thing is though, talking about putting these computers together. I mean, I got a cable and an adapter for the monitor I've got, which I use the same monitor for my main computer. My main computer screen is my TV. I use that as a secondary screen, but I've also got my other computer plugged into that monitor too, with an adapter from AVG to DVI. That was alright, but first time I tried it though, it wouldn't accept it. It just wouldn't register it was there. Do you know when I got this? I bought two graphics cards from the car boot. They looked a bit ropey, and the first one I tried, after straightening the back up, because it looked like it had been prized out or something, but I straightened all the back up on it, made sure the sockets were okay, looked alright, plugged that in, the fucking computer went nuts. It was squealing its tits off as if somebody got its hand round its throat or something. So I pulled that fucker out and I'm like, well, that don't work. Then I realised that the reason why it didn't work is because it needs external power. But because the computer's an old Dell, it hasn't got that kind of power socket. So I was screwed with that one, and obviously the other one, which was a bit more updated version, now it still is an old graphics card, again, that needed a different type of power source. And I haven't got the sockets for it, so that was rendered crap. So I'm back to the drawing board with that. And the following week I went and had a walk around and I found a graphics card, an old version, which just runs purely on the PCI board, socket, no external. Put that in and it jumped into action, like, you know what I mean? But I need drivers for it. I have got sort of drivers for it, but it's not brilliant, but it is working in a fashion. But I don't think it's working properly. But yeah, I've got the resolution working okay. The cable with the adapter for some unknown reason works now, which it didn't before. So do I just leave it and stop messing, or what? Because I know that I'm gonna poke and prod that fucking thing until it goes ah, and that'll be the end of it. A bit like the Windows 95 fucking thing I've destroyed, which really pissed me off. Would you believe, right? I mean, even though the machine don't work no more, I don't know what I've done to it. I've fucked something with it. I ain't sure now, but it just won't do it. I can't get the actual machine to turn on anymore. It just won't play it. But everything's there. It's not a problem. I've got different versions of Windows 95 from the 22, I think it is, or 21 or 22 floppy disk version to the CD version. I've got that. So either way, I'm all right with that. I've got that sorted. But unfortunately, I just can't get the fucking thing to work because the computer don't work no more. And when I was walking in the car boot and I found those two graphics cards, I even stumbled across the old joystick for that particular computer, which was a Time computer, and I found a Time joystick. Even though the fucking thing don't work, I still bought the bloody thing. Clean it up and it looks brand new. I can't believe how amazing it is. It's perfect. There's not a scuff mark, a dent, a ding. It just needed cleaning up and it looks lovely. I can't fucking use it though because the computer don't work. Yeah, well, bought for prosperity. But I do like doing that though. I like fucking around. I mean, it's the same with me watches as well. When I'm tinkering them fucking things. Sharp in my One of my watches that I was in my collection, my Timex collection, which is the 1980s 1 bar, that's fucked up on me, unfortunately. It's died. I had it working, then all of a sudden the battery died. Put another battery in it, works fine. Now all of a sudden the display's gone all fucking wonky and it ain't working right. So I've stripped it down, and do you think I can get that fucking display to work properly again? No. So I've left it in a plastic bag in bits until I can figure out a way to get this thing put back to the air again. Yeah, because I need a bit of forethought. I'll get there, but when I do it one of these days, I think I might video it from start to finish, because I have had some pretty good fun with these watches, repairing them and putting them right. But it's when the mood strikes, you know what I mean? When I'm in that kind of mood, it's like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll pick that one and have a go. But 9 times out of 10, I pick that one. I'm never anywhere, you know, I don't get the cameras up or anything like that to video it, because I haven't really got anywhere to actually video the stuff. All the right kind of cameras to video it, because I mean, obviously I've got these GoPros, but they're wide angle and it's not the same. If you do like having a proper camera, I suppose there is. I mean, I could maybe use the JVC one that I bought for 25 quid off the car boot. Do you know, from having no cameras at all, no what I call what are they? The handy cameras? Is that right? Yeah, camcorders. There you are, the word's there somewhere. From not having any camcorders at all, I've got fucking 4 of the damn things now. And don't get me wrong, I had one originally because it was the reason why I bought the first 2 was to convert the video cassettes that I'd got, the high 8 ones, from off the tape onto my computer. The first one I bought didn't work, it wasn't compatible, but the second one I bought was compatible. It was a high-end Sony and it worked fine. It would actually play the tapes back, which is what I wanted. 137 quid that fucking thing cost me. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, what gear are you in, dude? Hell, that was a wrong gear of all sorts, that was. Jesus. Oh well. Still coasting it. It dumps itself into 2nd gear. Nice. Should have been 4th. Anywho. Yeah, so once I've done that, and I'll what else did I got? Hang on a minute. Let me recap here. Is it 4 or 3? I think it might only be 3. Why have I got 4 in here then? Where the fucking hell's the 4 come from? That don't make sense. I wouldn't have 4. I wouldn't need 4. Let's go with 3. I've got 2 high 8 camcorders, and I've got 1 DVI camcorder, or DV. Digital video. That's the one, isn't it? DV, yeah, DV. Those use a smaller cassette than the high 8. The high 8's are a little bit bigger. Funny story, the reason why I ended up with the high 8, sorry, the DV camcorder, which is a JVC one, I bought my iPod, which I've got in my bag. It was an iPod Touch, an old BlackBerry, I would say an engineer's phone, a DV tape, because I'm a nosy twat, and an Ericsson, which is weird. It's a Cybershot, but it's a C903. I have never heard of a C903, not until that day. very clean, nice little phone, and I had them in my hand, like that, all together. And the guy who's selling them on the car boot, they've got a bunch of shit around him, a bunch of people around him. Some guy's trying to angle him with the price of the jet washers he had. And I said to him, "What do you want for this little lot?" And I said to him, "But you know, I was saying to him, be careful those two that you've just been talking about, those jet wash, because you've got two there. I heard you say that the price is for one, but be careful because they may walk off with both of them. So don't turn your back on them." And I said, in regard to that, I says, "How much you want for these in a lot?" And he says, he's looking there and he's scanning. He's really, really looking hard, right? Looking really hard at what I got on my hand. But I think he was looking so hard he didn't actually see what I'd got. I know, I think he had sight blindness. It was weird. Because he said to me, he says, 10 quid. And I went, fucking whip. That quick, honestly, everything else was in slow motion. 10 quid in his hand, and I was gone. I said, "Keep your eye on them pair," and walked off, and that was it. I just fucking carried on. When I got home, then I sorted out my stuff. But as I'm walking around, I'm thinking, well, I've got this DV tape now, but I've got fuck all to play with it. Carry on walking around, let's have a look, see what we find. And sure enough, there was this guy who was selling some camcorders. There was a couple of them. They got them all working. It's all charged up. Oh, brilliant. And I said, "How much you want for that?" And I got 20 quid left on me. He says, 25. I said, "Mate," I said, I'd have bought that if I had 25, but I just haven't got the money. So I can't sell it for any less than that. I said, "No, I understand that. I do understand. 25 quid, that's a bargain." I said, "No worries." So yeah, never mind. But I caught up with my sister and my brother-in-law, and I asked my sister, "Can you lend us a tenner?" So I grabbed that and walked back to that place, and I says, "I told you I'd have that one." And he handed me the JVC. "It works fine, it's not a bother." And we ended up having a bit of a chat like about this, that and the other. And that was it then. So I got myself this, JVC DV camcorder, plus that tape. Because like I say, I am a nosy bastard. The other one, that camcorder didn't only come with leads, the bag, spare tape. Yeah, I mean, it was like, and the battery on the back is one of those the double pack ones, like, so it's got a bit more oomph behind it, plus a charger. I'm like, this is awesome. So I couldn't really grumble there, could I? And then I hooked it up to the old PC because I wanted to know what was on that tape. I am a fucking nosy bastard. And again, as you do, you do it with a bit of like, let's be careful, just in case, because you never know. And thankfully it was just family videos and what have you, so yeah, that's all that is. Nothing spectacular on there, just family stuff and what have you. And then the other one, the tape that was in the bag, even though he said it was a spare tape, that one was somebody's graduation from some very posh place. And yeah, it was very, very suave and sophisticated, that did. You know, all that kind of nudge between. Sort of, I don't know what kind of place it was, but it looked like a university of some sort, I imagine. All the gowns and the hat thing, you know what I mean, so. But other than that, there wasn't anything untoward, so. A couple of spare tapes I can wipe off. Now about that. I'm always curious about things like that. Certain things, I mean, with regard, I won't keep them. I'll just, with a heavy heart, I will end up sort of like deleting them. It's like some of the family photos I found on that fucking hard drive. I'm like, they're from like the year 2011 or 2012 or 13 or 14, you know, depending. And I'm thinking that's somebody's memories, you know, they've lost all that shit, and it's like, well, I ain't gonna be able to get it to them. Fuck it, and off they go, deleted to the oblivion, and that's the end of that. Shame. But yeah, that was what I did. That's what I've been up to. Not much else. Like when I get back here now, I've got to drop this off, and then I've got to help John in the yard to rectify this shot load, which realistically they should have let me do that in the first place instead of sitting me out. But hey, whatever. At least you've listened to me fucking waffling on for the last hour and a half or whatever it is. Yeah, almost. Hour and 20 minutes. Not bad, is it, that? Something to do. I have to check to see how the cameras have gone on, see if they've actually stayed on or turned off or whatever. Who knows? Only time will tell. That one looks a bit weird. Anyway, we're almost here, dudes. Dudes and dudesses. And even my soggy lip. I could have swore this was his vehicle. And the drivers have just gone out, and I'm sure I'm back in his truck anyway. Unless he's got a different one. Ooh, my ass. Wind the window down. Look at the fucking brakes on this stupid thing. Fucking hell. What a bag of donkey cack! Should we shove it in that hole? Might as well. It's the fucking nearest one there, isn't it? In you go, nice and steady. Straighten it up. Park it like you own it. That's what I'll say. Park it like you fucking own it. And that's that then. Sorted. Oh, how about that, guys and gals? Turn that back on so everything's still charging up, because now my little just go. Yeah, so there we have it. We're done, sorted. I've waffled on about all sorts of weird and wonderful shit. It's probably bored the pants off most of you, but for those few out there who enjoyed it, yeah, I can go now. I feel like I've achieved something for a change. I suppose going from Nantwich to Liverpool might have been a bit more interesting, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. And plus the fact is, to be honest with you, I think I'd rather come back here anyway. Right, I'm going to go. I will speak to you a lot later. I don't know when it'll be. Maybe sooner than later, maybe later than sooner. Who knows? We just don't know. It's all up in the air at the moment. But anyway, I'm going to go, because them lot out there want me to give them a hand. I'll speak to you a lot again. Have a good day. I hope you've enjoyed it. And there's only one thing left to be said, isn't there? Go on then. Off you pop. Pop, poppity poppins. Ding, 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 ding.